Hi, this is Dr. Taheri. This is a very introductory lecture on how to use SolidWorks, how you set up your SolidWorks. We start from setting up the templates for SolidWorks that you can use every day without going and starting from scratch. So when you open the SolidWorks, so you have a view something like this, or you might have the novice one, which is this menu. I suggest use the advanced one. So you have three icons here: part, assembly, and drawing. So either you are creating a part, or you are assembling parts, or you are making a 2D drawings out of a 3D drawings. Let's just pick the part. It provides you this menu. I strongly suggest do not tamper with this menu. Try to change it, change the background. So this is the most ideal interface for SolidWorks, unless you really absolutely have to and you know what you're doing. Don't play around with this. First thing, you go here to Option tab, press, select Option. I like your menu should be exactly same as what we have here. So especially when you go to display selection, one of the important is to remove the tangent edges, because it kind of when you make a 2D create extra additional solid line which are not a part of the drawing. That makes it much simpler. That's one thing. The next thing is you go to document property, and I like to go to image quality first. So this shows the quality of image. For example, if I have a circle and I bring it very low quality, so obviously it would be a hexagon shape. So I don't want to go too far this way because it consumes lots of CPU clock and memory. Somewhere in the middle is good with the average resolution. You can adjust that. More importantly, you go to unit, and we would like to create two different templates, one metric and one inch pound. I go to metric first, click on metric, press OK. I've done the other two changes. So without doing anything, I want to save this template. Later on you learn if you really want to add more details, put a logo, more information, that each time you open a template, those information would come to the screen, then you can do it. But at this stage, all I did a few setup, and then I go here to File, to Save As, and I save this one as a template. So here is a template, part template. Press that, and let's just give a name to this as part so is a millimeter part. Press save. I do the exact same thing. You go here again, and I've done those changes. The only thing I change here, go to document, unit, and I put metric. Okay, and now I'm in metric, and I save it again as part templates. This time I give the name of part inch. So I've saved two templates. One is metric, one is inch. I close this menu. Now when next time I open my SolidWorks as a new, I would have 5 instead of previous 3, of course including my part millimeter and my part inch. So let's, for example, select part inch. Okay, I'm gonna do a few basic things. Mostly in this video I would like to focus on the relation you can build in SolidWorks, which is very important. So right off the bat you have three planes: front plane, top plane, and right plane. So as in real orthographic, it is important you decide in which plane you start your sketch. There are ways you can switch the planes, but it's always better from beginning you decide. You go to front plane. As soon as I press left click, it comes up. You will get 4 icons here, and I select the sketch icon. Now I'm in a sketch mode. How do I know? First of all, here the bottom says editing sketch. Second of all, here I have this 2 icons. So if I want to get out from it, I click here, and I am now in a normal mode. I want to go back here, here, and I'm in a sketch mode. There are some features are not active when you are in a sketch mode. Some students, they get frustrated because why it doesn't work, because you are in a sketch mode. So all you need to do, get out from sketch mode and come back. Okay, so I just want to start by drawing a circle. So I go and select this circle here. I use the center one. I want to make a center of the circle anywhere here, like here, and open it, right? So I plotted a circle. You press S key as in Sam, S, and this is one of the hotkeys are very useful in SolidWorks. You can define your own hotkeys in SolidWorks when you get more experience. I go to Smart Dimension. You can see there is an icon of the dimension coming. You go and select the circle, which is orange shape, and right after that it gives you the current dimension. You left click and you add, let's say for example, 5 inches as my dimension. So now this circle, it has the dimension of 5 inches. I want to get out from the dimension. You go here and get out from the dimension. So you can see that now this circle, it can be moved whenever you want, but the dimension is, or the radius and diameter is constant. Few things good about SolidWorks is, for example, if I'm here and this is my reference, I can go and pin it to the reference. If I'm moving up, down, when I become in the same horizontal level as the reference, it shows. When I'm going this way and I cross and reach to the exactly vertical, it does show it. Or I can make that relation without even moving it. I go select the center of the circle, press and keep control, and then select the reference, and now I have these options here. So there are 3 scenarios. Either you want this center to be horizontally positioned with the reference above, or pinned to the reference. In this case I use horizontal, and you can see now by accepting it, now this circle does not go up and down, it only goes left and right. Now position it anywhere you want, like somewhere close to the center, and in order to fix this I have to fix or pin the center. So click on the center and use fixed. As soon as I done that, the circle from blue color become black. It means it's fully defined. The next, I go to line, select the line, select the center, left click, extend it. You see a line has been plotted. In this case, I want this line to end at the circumference of the circle right here. You see now, when I'm there, it become orange. Left click, and then I extend another line, random, like I put it up to here. If I move again, I can make another line, but I do not want, I need only 2 lines. That's why at this stage I press escape key, and now I plotted 2 lines. Something interestingly, neither of these 2 lines are black, means they are not fully defined. If I go and click on this point, which is the intersection between these 2 lines, I can simply left click and move it. You see now it moves, and in fact it looks like an elastic band. The length of this line is constant, but this length changes simply because I have not fully, or I have not defined it, the length. So if I want to make this to be constant, press S key, dimension, select the line and I want to find this actual length of the line, not this vertical and not horizontal. I want this line dimension to be, let's say, 7. There we go. Now accept it. Guess what will happen now if I move this? Obviously the line, the second line has a constant dimension, but you see that the trajectory of this point where it moves, it's all over the place. It has mathematically a trajectory, but it's not exactly either vertical or horizontal. If I want this to be moved only horizontally, all I need to do, I go click on this, control, and click on the center of the circle or the reference point, and then I say these move horizontally with respect to each other. There we go. And you can see now by moving this, now the end of the second line moves only in a horizontal line. That's kind of like making a mechanism. Let me do a few more things. Here I'm gonna go make a rectangular shape anywhere here. This is the rectangular shape. I give a dimension to this rectangular shape. I want this to be 3 inches. I leave the other one, and I do it later. Get out from the dimension. Now I want this, of course, to be connected with this point. I can connect this point to this top corner or the bottom corner, or I can connect this point. I put control and I select this line, and then you see we have few options, either the fixed position or the touch, or this line will meet that edge in midpoint, which is exactly what I wanted. So I meet in midpoint. Let's see what happens if I move it now. You see, let me just go back here. If I want to move this, it's kind of interesting. The same kind of elastic effect is happening. If I want to eliminate that, so I could have gone and I give this dimension a fixed dimension. Go back here. So from this point to this point, no, not gonna work that way. Let me just go back again here. Smart dimension, this dimension. I'm not sure why not taking it. Let's do it again. There we go. Sometimes you have to click right in the line. So I give this one the distance of, let's say, 7 again. Okay. Now it's interestingly, if I now move this point, look at that, what happens is a motion of a piston. That's kind of interesting, right? So you create a mechanism here. I mean, of course, this is not what SolidWorks is used. We can do much more advanced things with an actual 3D mechanism. But just to show and help you guys to practice the concept of relation. So let's take this a little further. I'm gonna go here, make another circle somewhere here, just like this. And I'm gonna go make in a straight slot shape. I use this feature here, the top one. Put one line in a corner here, then I extend it to here, and then I make a shape like this. There we go. The next thing I want to do, I want to block these to create a block. So when you create a block, they both become one shape. But before that, let's just give some dimension to this object. So let's select this one. I give you the dimension of twice as the previous one, 10. I want to fix this position. Let me go back here. Let me just give the dimension also for the slot, and then I fix it. So I want this line to be 10. Okay. And I want this angle, or this radius of this to be 1. I mean, this is random, you don't need to really follow that, you can have anything you want. Okay, and finally I want to go and fix this, the center of this. It fixed. So now if I move this straight slot, it moves like this. Now I'm gonna go and create a block. So I select them all, and simply I go to this side menu. If you don't see this one, it's very easy. You go and right click on here. You will have Command Manager and select the block, and the block will come up. So if you have it, that's good. So I do it again. I select this. You see these are selected, and I go create a block, make a block. It asks, do you want to make a block out of these, this one and this one? Yes, I want to make the block of these two, and a block has been made. I want to also make a block of this circle. Press Control and this line. Make a block. Make a second block. So now I made 2 blocks. You might ask why you're doing it. Just give me a second and explain that. So this thing become one object. This become one object. And from that point, we can create a chain. So now what I'm gonna do is we connecting using the chain features. Press the chain features, and I select these 2 blocks, this block and this block, and you see already a chain has been created. Kind of interesting. If I press that, now the relation has become a little more interesting. So let me just actually get out from the sketch, just removing all the dimensions. And now look at that. Now if I move this, this whole thing moves, except the fact that I should come and fix this center, because when you go to a sketch again, edit the sketch, I can simply go and press this button and fix. And now look at that. So now we have that interesting mechanism here. Obviously, because this is twice large as this, with every time you rotate one full, that the other one goes 2. You could also change the direction. So I can go here, simply right click. I have to go to, first I have to go to a sketch, edit the sketch, and now I go here and edit the belt. You see the belt now, there are these 2 arrows here. I can click on that one and become like this. So now become a cross, and of course the direction is different. Now I move it this way, you move the other side. Each time, of course, in this case, I have to go and fix this point. You go fix this. There we go. Because I'm making new relation for the block, and look at that now. By moving it now, the direction is different. This one goes counterclockwise, versus the smaller circle goes clockwise. I can add one more, for example, circle here. So as I'm here now, okay, I make, for example, another circle here, just random, like here. I'm gonna give it I'll make it 5 again. Fix. Done. I'm gonna go create a block on this one. So create a block. Yes. Make sure this is fixed. And now if I want to, let me delete this one here. I'm making brand new. Fix this one first, and I make a brand new belt. I put a belt here. This belt include these 3. You see now the belt has all 3. I can make it like this as well, or this like this. And if I say OK, here's an interesting concept now. See, when this moves, this belt goes through here, come here. It's almost like a belt that you will see in like alternator belt or your AC belt. So this is the basic things you can create mechanism in SolidWorks. I would leave it to you. You can practice this. It might take a little while, but definitely this would be beneficial. Thank you very much.